The Prime Minister of Tuvalu has threatened to pull seasonal workers from Australia and has encouraged other nations in the region to consider doing the same.
Live to Jackson Williams for more. Jackson, the threats in response to comments made by Deputy Prime Minister Michael McCormack.
Yeah, Michael McCormack was recorded saying that Pacific Island nations will survive climate change because of the aid that Australia provides and because their workers go to Australia to pick fruit. Now, these comments have been condemned by a number of Pacific leaders, including the Prime Minister of Tuvalu, the tiny Pacific nation which hosted last week's Pacific Islands Forum. Now, Australia's High Commissioner to Tuvalu has been summoned to please explain the Deputy Prime Minister's comments. The Prime Minister of Tuvalu, Prime Minister Sopawanga, says if he's not satisfied, then he'll pull seasonal workers from Australia. We'll listen to his remarks.
If that is the view of the government, I will have no other option but to pull back the Tuvaluans. And I'm sure the Kiribati, the people of Tonga or Samoa, I will be asking their leader to consider pulling all the Pacific Islanders away from that scheme. And then that's it.
Prime Minister Sopawanga has also criticised the Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison for his conduct and behaviour at last week's Pacific Islands Forum in Tuvalu. He has criticised what he describes as Australia's neo-colonial approach. And Kieran and Annalisa, of course, follows comments by the Fijian Prime Minister Frank Bainimarama, who labelled Scott Morrison's behaviour at last week's regional summit as both insulting and condescending, and suggested that it could actually push Pacific Island nations closer to China, the last thing Australia wants.